This is a clip of Pete and I in a PA28 Golf Tango Alpha Lima Hotel on 25th of September 2012. Please forgive Pete's camera work, as it was quite windy with medium turbulence, especially below 1500 feet. Wind was 200 at 17 knots, cloud broken at 1500 foot, in visibility 8000 metres. We're now level at 2,500 feet, heading towards Tango November Lima overhead. I have cheated on this clip as we carried out the approach twice and then discarded the clips which were just too bouncy. There was a danger of being seasick. Don't tell Dave that I was very close to the 100 foot. Although I entered the altitude correction before we took off, I'm just pressing the Nav Aid Show button to double check altitude correction again. VORILS was designed with this kind of weather in mind, simple buttons and procedures to minimise the number of actions needed in bumpy weather and trying to find the correct button when your hand seems to have a mind of its own. I normally put the phone on the control yoke, which is a lot easier to use. It's only near the compass so that Pete can video the display more easily. We're just approaching Tango November Lima overhead to begin descent to the south and aiming to turn left at 3 nautical miles. We're just about to intercept the localizer and begin the approach to runway 26. We've maintained a 3.5 nautical mile arc from the threshold of 26 because of local airspace restrictions, but it is easier to give yourself 5 nautical miles for an approach. Couldn't make it out, but there is a runway 3 nautical miles ahead of us. You can see that we're now established on localizer and glide slope. You may just be able to make out the runway at 2.5 nautical miles. You can see that we have quite a large drift to starboard. With 1.7 miles to run at just over 500 foot above ground, it's getting more turbulent, but the large display, even on a smaller phone, means that the approach can be flown accurately, only leaves pilot error. Leaving the instrument at 0.8 miles to threshold, the runway is just where it should be, although we still have a lot of starboard drift. You'll see that VORILS is showing us to be on centreline and 0.3 miles from threshold of 2.6.